Hey YouTube, Live Farmer 73 here. I told you before I was going to do a video on a 5-year plan. And what I mean by a 5-year plan is, in 5 years after I plant something, I expect something. I don't expect anything before that. A lot of people, especially a lot of new gardeners, get impatient, and I know it's exciting, to let your apples grow. And when you first plant a tree and it might put out 3 or 4 or 5 apples, you want them to grow. You're doing yourself a disservice, because what's going to happen is those apples are taking all the energy out of the tree from growing. That's not okay, because in about 3 or 5 years, you got a tree that's struggling because all the nutrients keep getting taken out every year because you keep letting the fruit grow. Every year you keep seeing me with the little bitty trees, and that's because, and you never see no fruit in my videos too much. You don't see too much fruit. That's because with my 5-year plan, I started out okay at first, but the storm got me and washed a lot of new plants away, so I started over. So this is my first year in my 5-year plan, and in 5 years these trees better be giving up some fruit but it gotta go. Now, I know that sounds drastic, but I'm middle-aged. I don't have all day to be waiting on no fruit. Now, for instance, I love pecans. I would love to plant a pecan tree. Is that part of my 5-year plan? It takes like 15 years, 5 to 15 years when you buy a little seedling to get pecans. Do I really want that? In 15 years? I don't think I'm going to be up on no ladder picking no damn pecans, and I ain't going to be bending down to pick none off the ground. So, hopefully my health and everything is good, but that's still not what I'm looking forward to. So, as bad as I want pecans, that's one of the things I'm going to have to buy. Other than that, peaches, apples, pears, plums, pomegranate, persimmon, all of that stuff fruits in anywhere from 3 to 5 years, and sometimes a lot sooner than that. So what I'm saying is, that's you might want to start looking at when your tree that you purchased, when is it going to fruit? When is it supposed to fruit? So the things you plant in your garden, I don't have all day to wait for it. Even though I have a long summer ahead, and down here in the South, I let it go a year or 2, 3, but after that it gotta go. Some things, when it's not working out in your garden, it's not meant for your piece of land. It's just not. Some things you gotta buy. Some things you can plant. I mean, it's that simple. But you need to make a plan. Before you go off buying trees. I'm watching this hawk because my chickens is out here and his freaking legs is out. Oh, that son of a bitch about to swoop. I don't want him to swoop on me. But have a 5-year plan ready, ready to go. And that way you won't be disappointed. Oh, I'm trying to get out of this light here, making my head shine. No, have a 5-year plan going and ready. That way you won't be disappointed. Every year, every season, you don't get the fruit you want. Just say, in 5 years, I'm going to have apples. In 5 years, I'm going to have pears, so on and so forth. If you keep letting your tree fruit, you're going to be disappointed in 5 years. You're going to have a little scrawny tree and they're going to be putting out nothing. What you should be doing, and I know you've heard this a lot on other videos, you should be really getting your tree structure ready for the big load that you ain't going to end up getting in about 5 years. So that's what I concentrate on. I concentrate on tree structure and tree health before I worry about the fruit, because I've had fruit on these trees and it's nice, but boy, do it suck. You get a little tiny apple and a little tiny pear. Is that what you waited all year for? No, just pluck it off and let it go, because next year you're going to have a few pears, a little bigger. A few years after that, bigger. Then that 4th or 5th year, you're going to have a crop of big, juicy, delicious pears. You're going to have to thin them out. So, like I said before, thanks for watching, and make a plan. Make a garden plan. During the wintertime, you should be making a garden plan for your vegetable garden, and you should have a 5-year plan or more for your fruit trees, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, just a quick tip. I mean, trust me, it'll help. If you're a new gardener, this will definitely help. Make a plan before you go jamming stuff in the ground. You need to make a plan of where this is going to go, where the sun end up in the daytime, where does it go over in your house, where's the south side of your house. All of that makes a difference. So if you just plant a tree in low land where it stays wet and moist, you're gonna have a mess. There's ways you can fix that, but you're gonna have a mess if you don't know what you're doing. Have a plan, do some research before you go buying plants and sticking them in the ground. Okay? So just letting you know, quick tip. Lair Farmer 73 out here on Easley Island, and I'm out.